are listening to the Coach's Corner Show on KYNT, Yankton's home team. Now, let's get you caught up on Yankton High School athletics with KYNT Sports Director and the voice of the Bucks and Gazelles, Bryce Ladwig.
Hey, good morning. Welcome to the Coach's Corner. This is Bryce Ladwig. Thank you for joining us here at 1019 Broadway Avenue. Yankton Bucks and Gazelles basketball in action last night. Both fell to Harrisburg. Gazelles now 2-1 on the season. Yankton Bucks fall at 0-1. Two pretty good games, though, and a great crowd at the Summit Activity Center. You absolutely love to see that. And I'll be playing those post-game interviews for you here this morning. KYNT's Braden Butler helped me out yesterday, and he contacted 3 different coaches for 3 different interviews. I had some family stuff pop up yesterday, so I appreciate Braden stepping in and interviewing some coaches for us. And I don't know why we waste time. Let's just jump right in. This is my post-game interview with Coach Matt Decker following the Gazelles' 53-30 loss versus Harrisburg last night at the Summit Activity Center.
Coach, thanks for joining us. A tough loss, but against a very good Harrisburg team, ranked coming into the week for a good reason. Very talented squad up and down. I'm sure you want to tip your hat to them.
Yeah, absolutely. Harrisburg did a great job tonight, and they made a lot of shots, and we dared them to make those shots, but I think they hit 7 or 8 threes in the first half, and that's tough. And that's part of me too. Is just knowing we got to get out and guard and repping that all 2 days of practice. So give credit to them though.
Well, they got some good players. That Flanagan on a short list of one of the best players in the state, but Eden Wolfgram assigned to her a lot on the perimeter. Again, another Eden Wolfgram performance defensively where she's tasked with a really good ball handler and a great player and pretty much held her own.
Yeah, absolutely. We have to have Eden guard, the ball or, one of their most talented players because she is a great on-the-ball defender. And I think she did a great job on Hofer tonight too, and Addie Wagner. And even Merman, that's who she was matched up with most of the night. And, Merman, I think, had 10. And, a lot of those points didn't come from when Eden was guarding her. So she did a great job for us.
Yeah, I meant Merman, my bad. But both of them, Flanagan and Merman, very good basketball players. Yep. Macy Drotzman, another impressive performance in the low post tonight. Her baskets, let's just say she earned them and just really being tough down there again.
Yeah, Macy is one of the hardest working people on our team, and we have to keep creating for her down low and get her one-on-one down in the post, and she needs to keep scoring points for us. She's doing great. We just have to keep getting her the ball.
Not a lot of time to think about this one. You have schedule keeps coming up Tuesday, another very tough team, Sioux Falls, Washington. We're using this for the Coach's Corner, Coach, so why don't you go ahead and give a little preview.
Sioux Falls, Washington defending state AA girls champs, and it's going to be a tough battle for us. I think it's going to be great to see where we're at, versus one of the best teams in the state. So we'll challenge our girls, we'll stay positive, and we'll work hard.
All right, Coach Matt Decker, thank you for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Bryce.
All right, that was Coach Matt Decker. We always appreciate his time.
All right, thank you again to Coach Matt Decker for joining me in the post game, and tough loss, but a bright season ahead for the Yankton Gazelles. 2-1 record. Sioux Falls, Washington on Tuesday. That's going to be a tough matchup on the road. But we'll be keeping close tabs on that as we're covering the Yankton Bucks, I believe, on Tuesday night at the Summit Activity Center. But we're keeping very close tabs on the Gazelles from afar and keep you updated as well. Yankton Bucks basketball started their title defense last night. Fell to Harrisburg 55-40. Led at halftime, but just couldn't quite hold on in the second half. The experience of Harrisburg, the physicality of Harrisburg was eventually able to get to the Bucks, but a good starting point for the season for Yankton. Coach Chris Haynes talked about it in our post-game interview. Let's jump right in.
Coach, thanks for joining us here tonight. Obviously a tough loss. Harrisburg, you mentioned it in our kind of pregame talk for the Coach's Corner last week, but they're on the short list for some of the favorites in the class, and they showed why tonight. It's a very talented team.
Yeah, Harrisburg's really good. Obviously, I think the Merman kid, if you gave out a AA preseason player of the year, he would have probably got it. And I thought Carson did a really good job on him tonight. Stayed in front of him and made things tough on him. Obviously, Merman missed a couple shots that he probably thinks he's going to make most of the time, but Carson got him out of rhythm a little bit, and our guys did a good job helping him out. So overall, though, opening Friday night, right, high school basketball. First of all, great crowd.
Yeah.
I thought we had a great student section, great crowd behind us. Harrisburg brought a great crowd down, and that's what high school basketball is supposed to be like on opening, right? And our guys came out, I thought, with a lot of energy. really played hard in the first half. Our one, Landon, our one experience, most experience, got it going there in the first half, got the crowd into it. We had a lot of energy, got a 9-point lead. But then I really thought from there, Harrisburg's experience really showed out.
You mentioned the crowd. You have a lot of last year's Yankton Bucks in the crowd, too, I saw. When did Drew Reichen get hair?
Right, yeah. Drew's got a little bit more hair and a little bit more muscle. I asked him if he can hit the ball out of the infield now.
There you go. But you mentioned Merman held to 11 points, and obviously that's something if I would tell you that pregame, you'd love that. Of course,
yeah.
Carson Ness did a great job on him, as you mentioned.
Yeah, and he got I don't know what he got in the fourth quarter, but it seemed like he got a couple free throws and a basket late. So Carson, he did a great job on him. Carson's capable of doing that. He can be a really good defender for us all season. So, and that's what we're going to need out of him. And then, I thought obviously Landon had a great game. And then I thought we executed well offensively. We just didn't finish by putting the ball in the basket. And that's going to come with experience. A lot of those guys, Matthew and Carson going to the basket. And it's just different in the varsity game. Right? You're used to, okay, I got by my guy, I'm there, I can finish, and then all of a sudden that help gets there, and it's a little bit longer, a little bit more physical. You're not going to get those calls that are just bumps. So that kind of stuff. And those guys have got all the confidence in the world that as the season goes on, our guys will finish more of those plays.
This is a thing that you're used to with the Yankton Bucks squads of like the last however many years. Is size isn't always on Yankton size. This is another instance tonight. Seemed like Yankton got a little bit tired, a lot of second chance points for Harrisburg, but that's the experience coming through too.
Yeah, and that was the difference, I thought, especially in the second half when we were hanging around, and then when they were able to really break it open, it was the second chance points. And we told our guys afterwards in the locker room, I mean, there's no secret that they're bigger than us, but if you want to win, that can't be an excuse. And yeah, sometimes the ball is going to bounce, not going to bounce your way, and Harrisburg's going to get some of those, but I thought we gave up a few more than we should have. And so if you can take 3-4 more of those away that I thought we could have gotten those rebounds, that's 6-8 points, and if we finish a couple more plays, I mean, you're right there. So it's a starting point, no doubt about it. For this season. And again, we told our guys afterwards, if we play with that energy, with that effort, night in and night out for 20 games, sooner or later the scoreboard will start turning in our favor.
Well, quick turnaround. I use this for the Coach's Corner, so sorry to ask for a preview, but Sioux Falls, Washington, Tuesday, another tough team. The schedule, as you mentioned again prior in the season, doesn't get any easier. No, they're really talented. We know that from obviously last year. They're a team that graduated a lot of seniors as well, but they had some underclassmen, 1 or 2 underclassmen start, and a couple that came off the bench, and then watching their JV and sophomore games last year, they're very talented. They're going to really guard the ball and pressure and use their quickness. So we're going to have to take care of the basketball on Tuesday night. But like we told our guys, if we come out and play with that energy and that effort and execute a little better on the offensive end, we should be in the game and give ourselves a chance. Well, Coach, I'm excited for another season adventure with you. Always appreciate you coming up to talk to us, and we'll talk to you on Tuesday, all right?
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks a lot, Bryce.
Right.
Thanks to Coach Chris Haynes for joining us in the post game. Always appreciate his time. Let's take our first break here on the Coach's Corner. When we come back, as I mentioned earlier, Braden Butler was able to catch up with 3 different Yankton coaches and he'll play those interviews for you around the corner. This is the Coach's Corner. Good morning.
My name is Jacob Foken. Running Songbird Kombucha allows me to show my imaginative spirit. Mount Marty was huge in giving me something to work towards and something to become. I didn't set out to become a kombucha brewer. Sort of everything fell into place. The brewing part is how I can be in touch with my artistry and my imagination.
Show your spirit at Mount Marty University and schedule a tour today at showyourspiritmmu.com.
There are a lot of rates out there, and it can be tough to find the right one. Well, let's make it easy. With FNBO's special offer CD of 5.5% APY for 3 or 7 months, you can earn more, save more, and do more. That's 5.5% annual percentage yield for 3 or 7 months with a minimum deposit of $500 and an FNBO Premier checking account. Give your savings a great big boost with the Great Big Small Bank. FNBO, member FDIC.
Wherever you are in life, you've got plans. You need health insurance for today and for the future. You need Avera Health Plans. Coverage that connects you to community resources, fitness center incentives, and health coaching. You need a health plan that provides solutions for your business and for your family. Learn more at averahealthplans.com. Avera Health Plans, moving health forward.
Tuxedo is proud to have been part of the Yankton community since its start in 2000.
One of the things I love most is that they believe in promoting from within. I've been given many opportunities to advance.
Tuxedo has an extensive variety of benefits available to their employees.
The work environment at Tuxedo is extremely positive.
We are looking for you to join our production team. Visit www.tuxedo.com/careers to apply.
Olson Pest Technicians is a family-owned business since 1966, and with over 50 years of pest management, they understand your issues, and their well-trained team will help you solve your pest problems. Issues with cockroaches, ants, bedbugs, bats, termites, spiders, rats, mice, or other creepy crawling pests, Olson Pest Technicians can treat and cure them. Right now, they can provide grain fumigation on the farm and do one-shots for homes to keep pests out for the winter. Call Olson Pest today, 800-KIL-BUGS.
So I switched my insurance to State Farm, and get this. I talked to an actual State Farm agent who lives in my actual town. And get this. My actual agent in my actual town gave me actual help with the coverage I needed. And get this. My actual agent in my actual town who gave me actual help actually knows my name. And get this. They actually say it's called service.
Call State Farm agent Rhonda Westland at 665-4411.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. CoreTrust helps your business thrive with checking, online bill pay, small business loans, credit card processing, local approval and support for government grants and loans, investments to grow your hard-earned assets, and insurance to protect them. All from CoreTrust, the community bank that's right down the street and everywhere you want us to be. Visit CoreTrustBank.com today.
Member FDIC.
Vision Care takes pride in the products we offer. That's why we offer a wide range of stylish and protective sunglasses from your favorite brands like Ray-Ban, Oakley, Maui Jim, and luxury brands like Fendi, Gucci, and more. Our experienced team will help you find the perfect pair of sunglasses to fit your face shape, your style, and your budget. Protect your eyes and look great while doing it. Call today to schedule an appointment.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
Traveling to Yankton for business or pleasure? Then book your stay at Yankton's two best hotels, the Fairfield Inn and Suites and Holiday Inn Express. Both are conveniently located to everything in Yankton. Both offer complimentary hot breakfast and meeting rooms for business travelers. And if you want a great rate and still be able to change your reservation without a hassle, call either hotel direct. The Fairfield and Holiday Inn Express, two great hotel choices when visiting or arranging rooms for guests to Yankton.
All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner. It's Bryce Ladwig. Our very own Braden Butler was able to catch up with 3 different Yankton coaches yesterday. I was tending to a family matter, and he was able to contact Coach Robert Coyle of Yankton Wrestling, Coach Justin Olson of Yankton Gymnastics, and special guest this week, Coach Terry Pedersen of Yankton Bucks Hockey. Catch up with him a few more times this year. And let's go ahead and start with Coach Pedersen of Yankton Bucks Hockey. Season already underway. Let's hear what Coach Pedersen has to say. This is Braden Butler catching up with Coach Pedersen of Yankton Bucks Hockey.
This is Braden Butler here for KYNT. Joining me is Terry Pedersen, the head coach for Yankton Hockey. Coach Pedersen, you guys just celebrated Hockey Day in Yankton over the weekend, picked up a win against the Watertown Arrows, so we'll talk about that and more. But first, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. It was an exciting weekend, and really proud of the boys.
You know, when we were talking before we got going on the air here, you mentioned it's been a little bit since you've been on the Coach's Corner, so if people may not be as familiar with you as a coach or Yankton Hockey, if you could just give some background on yourself and your team.
Well, I'll try to keep that as short as I can. As far as I go, I played high school hockey in Minnesota and graduated in 1984. I moved to Yankton in 2001. There was no hockey rink here. Met up with Donovan Peterson, who had a little article in the paper about starting a rink. We met, and we had a rink going by 2005. So in the early days, I had never been a coach. I'd never been a referee. I'd never been a board member. I'd never been a president. Never been on the discipline committee for anything, and I was able to obtain all those titles, helping get this rink and this program in Yankton. So long story short, I've coached every level for 5 years, and I've been with the high school for 7 or 8 years and head coach for a couple of years now.
So you really helped build this program literally from the ground up, even going back into getting the first rink in the Yankton area.
Yeah, Dave Spencer needs to be mentioned here. Without him, this rink wouldn't be here. He was the guy that got all the connections and made it happen. I just happened to be in the place to help out where I could.
And now we got a little bit of background, set a baseline for you and what you've done for Yankton hockey. Let's talk about your season so far. Did pick up a win last weekend in your last game against Watertown. We were kind of talking beforehand. It was a busy weekend for you guys, also playing team from Sioux Falls. So if you could just talk about your team and how they did last weekend.
We've been proud of them this whole year. We've got 30 kids now, and that's the most we've ever had at the high school level. We've got 4 goalies. We've got a nice core of 5 seniors, a nice core of 5 juniors. We've got a really big class of 14 sophomores, and we actually have 6 freshmen. These guys that we have now, they're buying into the mentality, keeping a cool head, staying out of the box. The mental part of the game is 80%, 20% is all the work you do. So that mental part's extremely important. We've talked about that. We've talked about different ways to control our emotions and stay focused and to refocus when we have to. And they came out to play this year. I've been pleasantly surprised. And we're really hopeful for a very, very good year and working well with our captains. And we're getting the team to take ownership of their own team rules, not just the coach telling them what it's going to be, but the kids actually enforcing their own rules. And that's kind of what we're working on, and that success is already showing up really early in the season, so very proud of that.
And Coach, as you were talking about there, you got a group of young guys. Over half the team is underclassmen, led by that senior leadership of upperclassmen as well. Who are some of your guys who have taken that leadership role on the team, and who are some other guys who have stood out here early in the season?
Well, I'm going to start with the leadership of our captains. Captain Ashton Rankin, senior, assistant Jackson Toms, and assistant Peyton Benson. Their maturity and their leadership, both vocal and by example, has been great so far. They're taking their letters on their sweaters very seriously, and they've been great to work with. Our senior goalie, Keenan Wagner, unfortunately had some shoulder surgery, played some football and had a little problem, little injury, so we're waiting for him to get back, and he should be back in a couple of weeks. Another senior player, Oakley Kafka, has had 3 shoulder surgeries in the last couple of years, and he hasn't been back in the ice yet, but we're hopeful we can see him around, but he has been on the bench and being a leader just by his senior presence. As far as players that have made a really big impact, freshman Luke Moeller has been our starting goalie, and he's been fantastic so far. We've asked him to do a big job for us, and he's risen to the occasion. Our other goalie that's healthy right now, he is a sophomore, and that would be Ryan Turner, and he has really come along in his years of development of a goalie, and he's done a great job for us. And our other goalie, sophomore Garrett Haas, is out right now with some broken ribs as well. So we've had a rough start. 2 of our goalies are out, but we're working that back. And then other players have just stepped in. Tucker Rankin is a sophomore, and he's playing on our first line, and he's really fun to watch. A couple other sophomores, Kylan O'Connor. Gosh, there's just so many guys that can do such a great job that it's not been just one person, but it's been a group effort by a lot of them.
Seems like you got a good group of guys out this year, Coach Pedersen. Before we let you go, what's coming up next for Yankton Bucks hockey?
Let me see. Since this is Saturday morning, I believe we got a 3-game weekend coming up next week. Haven't really looked that far ahead yet, worrying about what we just got through. But we're going to have a challenge with just about every team we play this year. And we are hoping to make the state tournament for the first time ever in Yankton Bucks hockey history. And the way the things are lining up, the way the kids are playing, the way they're rising to the occasion, I think we're going to make that. And that'd be an exciting thing for us.
Well, I wish you and your team luck down the stretch. It seems like I said earlier, you got a good group of kids with you this year, and it's starting to build trying to build some momentum here in the season, get the first state title or state tournament appearance. That
would be fantastic for us and for Yankton.
Be really big for Yankton. another notch in the belt of Yankton athletics, where it seems like across the board things have been going very well lately.
They have. We got a successful football program, successful basketball program, successful baseball program, you name it, girls sports, the boys sports. And Yankton Hockey Bucks is a new program. We've only been here since 2005. And we've had some slow starts with that. It's new to Yankton. People don't really know the game. And you could just see the game that we had against Watertown and Sioux Falls. Our stands are packed. We got people coming to watch us that have never been interested in hockey before. And that's been a long time coming. And this has been slowly building over the years. And I think that with our concentration on the mental part of the game and the discipline of the game and just taking that part seriously, I think it's gotten contagious. And the community is feeling it. And I've had some nice words from some people that have not been to a hockey game before. And it's just fun to see. And our kids, they feel like they matter. They feel like now they're somebody. Now they feel like they belong. And it's indescribable. Great feeling.
Thank you, Terry, for taking time to talk to me today about Yankton Bucks hockey, and good luck on continuing the way down the season, and hopefully we can get you back on here soon on the Coach's Corner.
I'd love that, Braden. Thank you for having me.
All right, thank you to both Coach Pedersen and Braden for having that conversation for us to hear and catching us all up on Yankton Bucks hockey. He also caught up with Coach Justin Olson of Yankton Gazelles Gymnastics yesterday. Gymnastics has been going on the longest out of any of the fall sports. We're almost in mid-season form, I feel. Braden Butler caught up with Coach Justin Olson. We'll go ahead and play that conversation for you right now.
This is Braden Butler here for KYNT. Joining me is Yankton Gazelles head gymnastics coach Justin Olson, talking about the Gazelles so far this season. Coach, but first, how are you doing today?
Not too bad, just raring to go. Always something to do. So, just trying to, I'd like to try to stay on busy, but, that's never going to happen for a while. So, yeah, but thanks for asking. How are you doing?
I'm doing well myself, and the Gazelles getting their gymnastics season started. Just had a meet earlier this week in Mitchell. If you could expand on that one a little bit. That was a big meet there, 4 teams out there, I believe, at the Gymnastics Center up in Mitchell.
You bet, yeah. So, coming in, with Mitchell, they end up scoring a 148, which is a pretty big score. It's 148 of a possible 160. So they're putting up some good scores already. And, then you have O'Gorman in there who was runner-up last year at the state tournament. And so they lost a couple of their big athletes. But, they came roaring back with a 136. And then, of course, Pierre has been pretty steady as of late. And they went 131. And then we followed behind with a 130.65, I believe. But, that was an improvement from our previous meet. So now we have 2 meets under our belt, and we've improved, and that's kind of what we're shooting for. It's like we don't want to go backwards, Braden. We just want to keep on moving forward. And both our JV and our varsity did a really nice job, on Tuesday, and it was Thursday, and it was fun. It's fun to watch them compete. We have some things to work on, of course, but it's early, and our girls know that, and they know that whatever they didn't have as much success on the other day, they're going to get in the gym and work their tails off to improve on that. And that's the kind of the attitude I like in the gym. And this group of girls, they definitely have that go-get-it type of attitude, and they're going to work hard to do it.
A couple of your athletes I want to talk about individually. Ava Collar finished second in the floor competition. She also had the highest score for the Gazelles on the vault and bars. And then Berkeley Olson as well with the highest finish for Yankton on the beam. If you could talk about them as well as anyone else who stood out so far with 2 meets under your belt now for Gazelles Gymnastics.
Yeah, so Ava Collar, she's a senior this year and wish we could have her for another 6 years. That's when she started with us as a 7th grader. So, and I've coached Ava since she was about 5 years old. And she was just kind of just has this great personality and just very natural, talented gymnast. And she's wants to go out on top, and she's working her way towards that. Like you mentioned, Mitchell, state champs. They have a lot of talented athletes, and Ava, just didn't even blink, just worked her way up, did her thing, and she ended up, scoring the second highest last night or the other night. with a 9.55 on floor. And then she placed an all-around, too, scoring in a 35 mid. And, she fell on beam, which was she normally is rock steady on beam, but she did end up having a fall. And, that affected her our team score and also her individual all-around score. But she was definitely our leader on and off. In the gym and out of the gym as well. And then, of course, Berkeley has been pretty consistent. She just missed the beam qualification for the state individual tournament last year. So she has some experience. She's also doing basketball as well. So for the Gazelles, so she's kind of doubled up. But so, that just kind of tells her what kind of kid she is. She's willing to give it her all in both sports. And she, stayed on the beam, scored 8.4. She has done a little bit better than that, but, it's a start, so that's what we're looking for, Braden. And, of course, we had some other performances, and one, I guess, as our eighth grader, Avery Portillo on floor, hitting her first 9 in her career on the floor, which is awesome. So she's just 2/10 away from qualifying at the state individual day. So we're excited. And some of these girls are starting to really come along, some of our younger girls. And that's what we need. It's a full team effort to get to where we want to go. And Braden, another chance was the other night, and these girls came out and performed. And we're looking forward to our next competition next Tuesday as well.
Yeah, as you mentioned right at the end there, trying to build momentum throughout the season. 2 meets already under your belt. Still plenty of season left to go. And that meet on Tuesday, if you could give more information about that, who's going to be there and where's the invite taking place?
So we are traveling. It'll be a triangular. In fact, we're going to travel out to Huron. So it'll be Huron and Madison. And Huron was down just a little bit, but they had some really young girls, really young and talented girls. So now they got another year of experience underneath their belt. And they always provide the state with high effort and good gymnastics as well. So that'll be another tough matchup. Then we have Madison, who has countless state A titles, and they've always been good, and they've been pretty steady with Coach Merity Dossett there. So we are looking forward to competing against them, and for our girls to push their girls, and their girls to push our girls, and it'll be fun. It'll be a fun meet. We have a good rapport with both teams, and so that makes it exciting in the gym. And we're just looking forward to keep on moving on. So until we get to the break, we have one more before that, of course. But then we can kind of tune up some things and refine some things, and then get ready for the stretch run.
All right, thank you for taking time out of your day to talk to me, Coach, about Yankton Gazelles gymnastics. Good luck to you for the coming week of events, and I hope you have a good rest of your day today.
Hey, I appreciate it, Brandon. Thanks. You too.
All right, thanks to Coach Justin Olson and Braden Butler for that interview. Always appreciate Coach Olson taking the time. Now, this next interview, I am regretting. I still haven't talked to Coach Coyle yet of Yankton Wrestling. This is like week 3 now, but Braden Butler was able to yesterday. I had to make sure that we got Coach Coyle on the air. Yankton Bucks and Gazelles Wrestling already underway. What did Coach Coyle have to say to us on the Coach's Corner? Braden Butler interviewed him yesterday. Let's find out.
This is Braden Butler for KYNT. Joining me is Yankton Wrestling head coach for the Bucks and Gazelles, Robert Coyle. Coach Coyle, we were talking a little bit before we went on here. It's your first year as head coach, and we try to give a little background on you. You were part of that contingent of 3 different Watertown alumni who were hired all around the same time, you joining new head girls basketball coach Matt Decker and head volleyball coach Taylor Stacy. So tell us a little bit about yourself and your background that led you to Yankton.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. I came in, I graduated from Watertown in 2018, and Matt was a little bit older than me, being from Watertown, so when he got the job, I knew of him, but really started talking to him when I got here to Yankton. And then Taylor is actually married to one of my classmates from Watertown, so seeing both them get hired at the same time, all three of us from Watertown, was pretty cool to see, and funny how everybody kind of ended up in the same town, so that was pretty cool. A little bit about me. Like I said, I graduated from Watertown in 2018, played football all throughout high school, and obviously wrestled. And then I went to Northern State in Aberdeen, South Dakota, and I wrestled there for 5 years, as well as picked up special education degree and a special education master's degree. So after that, I actually, former coach Nick O'Connor gave me a call and told me that Yankton was hiring for jobs, both teaching and coaching. And I knew I wanted to be around the Vermilion area since me and my fiance, Mason Sheldon, we got engaged this summer. And I knew we were going to live in Vermilion because she goes to law school at USC. So Yankton would be not too far of a drive, and it's a good-sized town. So I applied and got hired, and it's been a great year already.
As you mentioned at the end there, it's been a great start to the season for the Yankton wrestling program. We'll start with taking a look at the Bucks. You guys had a couple big wins this week on that side, picking up 3 dual victories at a home meet on Tuesday and then sweeping a triangular against Vermilion and Dakota Valley and North Sioux City on Thursday. If you could just expand on those big victories here from this previous week.
Yeah, our official record 7-4 for the Bucks, the boys. We had some really good competition right away in the season. Aberdeen and Watertown teased, 3 of the top 5-6 teams in the state. We got to duel and, give us a good test, see where we're at. And so we had some good competition right away that I think led into this week and, helped us progress into these duels. The one thing I'll say about this team is that, they got heart. They got a lot of heart, and they're never out of a match. And there's some gamers on the team. I don't want to say surprises, but definitely some kids who've been working their tails off and showed the coaches that, hey, they're here to stay and they're here to wrestle, and they've been wrestling tough. Like you said, on Tuesday we had the home meet, and there was just a lot of energy from the team, the coaches, the fans, and all that kind of. I think that's all really plays a factor into duels and momentum. And I think we taking on Sioux Falls, Washington, and Lennox, we were able to kind of take it through them teams, get a lot of wins there and stuff. Whereas when we went against Sioux Falls Lincoln, I knew it was going to be a tough, close, gritty duel. And one kid gets a pin, all of a sudden the next kid gets a pin. I think we got 4 or 5 pins right in a row just based off momentum. Kids wrestling hard, kids wrestling tough. We've been having a lot of tough practices this year. They've been working really hard, so it was really cool to be at home, have the fan support, and those kids to get 3 wins. That's what it's about. That's where I love coaching, love seeing them succeed and accomplish their goals. So we just took that momentum and rolled right into Thursday. And I told them, hey, don't be satisfied with these 3 wins. Let's go get 2 more. And they were able to take care of business and finish off the week 5-0.
Yeah, 5-0 on the week, as you said right there, for the Bucks. Big week. It's all about gaining momentum. Who has really stood out for you, maybe in a leadership role, and then who has stood out on the mats as well?
One thing about this team I'll say is that whether they're a freshman or a senior, a lot of kids have been stepping up, and whether it's practice, picking each other up, you see them wrestle, or when we see them wrestle, it doesn't matter if a kid just won a big match, everybody's giving high fives, yelling on the sides, taking over. And if some kid loses a close match, a really good, tough, close, gritty match, they're right there to pick them up, keep their head up. So as a team, we're really good at that, but individually, some good leadership. Dylan Sloan, as a senior for us, he's been a great leader. He's a great leader on the mat, in the practice room, wrestling, all that stuff, as well as Peyton Eustace. He picks his team up a lot. He's one of our captains. He's only a sophomore. He's really, for being as young as he is, he's really taken a big step. I've been really impressed. Both those guys came to our team camp this summer when we went to Aberdeen at Northern State, and I knew there were 2 guys that were going to be good vocal leaders, good for the team. And so I've been really impressed with them too, picking up their team and putting the team first for one. And then on the mat, like I said, we had a bunch of kids that just have been going out there and wrestling, just scrapping, as we would say. And, Bodie Thurman is junior. He was out all last season, and he's back this year, and he has fired on all cylinders. He is never out of the match. It doesn't matter if he's winning by 10, down by 10, he's, in there wrestling hard, wrestling tough. And he's been one that maybe I was kind of wondering, okay, how's his, conditioning going to be? He's been out of it for a year. Well, it's like he never left. He just came out and he's wrestled hard, and he's been another one of them guys that's really stepped up for us.
All right, switching sides here and talking about the Gazelles team, girls wrestling, still a newer concept in the state of South Dakota to a lot of people, but Yankton has had some very good girls wrestlers come through the program in recent years, and it looks like another good class so far. Picked up a dual win on Thursday, had a tie in that one as well when you're going up against Dakota Valley in Vermilion. If you could talk about the Gazelles side and how they're doing this year.
Those girls, we got 3 girls on the team, and I would tell people that maybe not look at the numbers. I'd tell them to look between the lines a little bit and realize how good they've been competing. You know, they're right in with us practicing with the boys. Them 3 girls are making each other better. I want to say their combined record right now is like 22-5. All 3 of them, they have been wrestling tough, getting pins. They all wrestled in Watertown last weekend. I think Winry Yagi took first as a 7th grader, and then both Monica and Jacqueline each got second, and each had quite, multiple pins in the tournament. And they come, as long as other teams have girls, we plan on always bringing our girls and always wrestling them because, they would rather wrestle 3 matches than get a forfeit or not wrestle at all. So, they're out for wrestling and they mean business for sure. I've been really impressed with them 3, and, I think they get tired of beating each other up because they're always wrestling each other at practice. So it's nice when, they get to compete and do that. And like I said, them 3 I've been really impressed with them, and, I'm excited for them and this year to come as well.
All right, one last thing here, Coach Coyle. Can you give us a look ahead at what's coming up next for Bucks and Gazelles wrestling?
Yeah, so we'll go. JV has a meet in Beersford on Monday, and then actually on Saturday is our next varsity meet for the boys and girls. We'll go to Sioux Falls, Washington. We'll send our varsity boys and our 3 girls there. That'll be a good tournament. I think there's 17 this year. A couple of Sioux Falls schools. Watertown will be back. Mitchell, Vermilion. So hopefully we can get a couple of our JV guys too to also go and be able to compete unattached for us. We always like to bring in as many guys as we can, as many girls as we can. And then the JV will also be competing in Sioux Valley that same Saturday, the 16th. And then the following Tuesday, we go to Brookings and have a triangular with them in Sioux Falls, Roosevelt. So hopefully we can pick up a couple more wins and stay healthy and, heading on into Christmas break.
Bucks and Gazelles build momentum here in the month of December. Thanks for talking to me today, Coach Coyle, and good luck in the future with you and your teams.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thanks to both Coach Coyle and Braden Butler. And, I'm excited for Yankton Wrestling to keep unfolding as the season goes on. And I'm very appreciative to Coach Coyle for joining us on the Coach's Corner. We'll take a break, come back here on the Coach's Corner, KYNT, KYNTV. Good morning.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MTRC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. MTRCSmithInsurance.com.
At Triple Time Rudy's, you get convenient access to quality fuel products. Plus, you'll also find quality South Dakota products like Dimmick cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers. With a local-friendly feel and unique product offering, Triple Time Rudy's is your local convenience store that supports schools and events and provides fuel discounts to Yankton's largest employers. For all of your daily fill-ups and convenience needs, pull into Triple Time Rudy's at 17th and Broadway.
Attention homeowners, if you've been on the fence about selling, I'd love the opportunity to sit and visit with you. With low inventory, now would be a good time to call me, Deb Speck at Vision Real Estate. I'll provide you with a free market analysis and a no-pressure approach. Call me at 605-664-5555 to find out if now is the right time to make a move.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
It's that time of year again, and Yankton Rexall recommends that you protect yourself from the flu bug by getting the flu shot from their pharmacy. Stop by anytime Monday through Friday and receive your seasonal flu shot. No prescription or appointment necessary. They will even bill Medicare or insurance for those eligible. Stop in and get protected from the flu bug this season. Celebrating 100 years, your hometown pharmacy since 1923. Yankton Rexall.
All under one roof. Your medical team at Yankton Medical Clinic includes 43 physicians in 18 specialties. All under one roof, they offer a full-service laboratory, imaging center, pharmacy, and ambulatory surgical center. All under one roof for your convenience for over 75 years. The physicians and staff at Yankton Medical Clinic wish you a healthy, happy holiday season. They are thankful for the support of their communities and look forward to serving you in the year ahead.
The other day, a gal came into the UPS store to drop off a package. On her way out, she noticed the print sample wall and asked if we could print invitations. The answer was, yes, we can. Hi, this is Doug at the UPS store in Yankton and Vermilion. For over 7 years now, the UPS store has been helping hundreds of customers with their printing needs. From basic copies to business cards and invitations to posters, we can print them. Stop out and ask about our current print specials and see how we can help with your printing needs.
Don't wait for the snow and cold to get here. Now is the time to get your garage and shop doors repaired and serviced before the winter season. It's time to call the Garage Door Professionals. This is Cody Miles, owner of Upper Midwest Garage Door. We will service your door for less problems this winter. So if your garage or shop doors need replacing or just a tune-up, get started today with your local independent Clopay dealer, Upper Midwest Garage Door. Give us a call, stop by, or learn more at uppermidwestgaragedoor.com.
Everyone loves something different about our buffet, which is good because buffet has something for everyone. This is Annie from Yankton Pizza Ranch. Come in and fill your plate with good food that makes you feel good inside. Don't see your favorite pizza on the buffet? Request it using Buffet Your Way. We'll make it, bake it, and give you the very first slice. Grab the country's best chicken paired with tasty sides and finish off with sweet cactus bread at Yankton Pizza Ranch.
Are you on the marketplace but not sure how it all works? It does not cost you any more to have a certified licensed agent help you with your plan. With a certified agent, we can help you with your ID cards, billing, EOBs, and more. Contact me, Jen Gray, at Missouri River Associates today. We can review your subsidy, choose a new plan for open enrollment, and explain your benefits. Missouri River Associates, 665-6885.
All right, welcome back to the Coaches Corner. It pretty much wraps things up for us today. Tuesday, Yankton Gazelles at Sioux Falls, Washington. Yankton Bucks at home. KYNT, KYNTV, Yankton Bucks basketball. You can find it 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock tip on both KYNT and KYNTV. We'll also be keeping tabs on the Yankton Gazelles in their action up in Sioux Falls. Thanks to all of our coaches and our sponsors making this show and broadcast possible. Go Bucks, go Gazelles, go enjoy the rest of your weekend. This has been the Coach's Corner.
You've been listening to the Coach's Corner show on KYNT, Yankton's home team. Remember, you can re-listen or re-watch this show in its entirety by visiting the KYNTV YouTube page. This has been the Coach's Corner show on KYNT, Yankton's home team.